Today, we're going over 4 things you should do if you're planning on skipping college or if you just graduated. By the fact that you are watching this video right now, it means that probably, more likely than not, you're not crystal clear on the path you want to go forward to in your life. Because if you would know, probably you wouldn't click a video that says, what should I do after college, or what should I do if I skip college? Okay, so the first thing I would say, the most important thing you should do if you're planning on skipping college, or if you just graduated and you're a bit confused, is explore, deeply explore your interests, but not by just studying, not just by looking at them, by actually doing. If you think for yourself that maybe you want to become an attorney, a lawyer, I would strongly suggest that you go work at a lawyer's office as the most minor and most mundane job you can possibly find, just to look from the side and see, is it something you would actually like doing? If you consider being a doctor, do the same. Go volunteer at a hospital or something like this to experience what it's like to be in this system, to be in this industry by doing, and not just by, watching TV shows or stuff like that. If you're planning on maybe going in a route of engineering, of something related to software development or anything like that, go take a course, go build a project, okay? Go do something that will actually teach you not just how cool computer scientists look in videos when they're clicking so very fast on their keyboards and watching those black screens, but how does it actually feel to you to engage in this kind of work. And what I find that most people will see that the first thing they're trying and the second and the third will not necessarily be as appealing to them as they would actually believe. So don't be harsh on yourself. Just keep on trying, keep on exploring, but don't explore just by thinking. Most people, I think, most 20-year-olds are overthinking. They're thinking, they're imagining, but they don't have enough experience to actually determine what's the right path for them. The best thing they can do, if they can take the 4 years of college, the 3 years of college, and instead of studying something they don't actually like, they don't actually care about, and they don't want to have a business in, they don't want to actually work in this industry, if they would just spend those 3 or 4 years not to self-finding a trip to India or something, but actually by engaging to all sorts of work, they will get very deep knowledge of themselves. And I'm not saying that college is wrong for everyone. Obviously, if you want to be a doctor, if you want to be a lawyer, if you just simply like the academia, you want to be a professor or something, you want to do research, then maybe, of course, it's the best way for you. But if you're not sure, I would suggest first make yourself clear. Make yourself clear on what you want, and then go and follow through this idea. So the first thing, the most important thing I would say is deeply explore your interests by doing. The second thing I would strongly recommend you doing is investing in developing skills. And when you're just starting out, it's hard to tell whether a skill set will be relevant or not be relevant for your future. For example, when I just graduated high school, and when I was at high school, I believed that I'm going to be a software engineer. And so I've learned and developed my skills in computer programming, for example. And what appeared to be a not so relevant skill for the path I actually took, for the path I took in business, for the path I took in psychology, for the path I took with my life. However, I do believe that this irrelevant skill set actually helped me in so many ways, growing my business, having competitive advantages over my competitors who had no technological abilities at all. So I would suggest build skills, create skills. If you know what are going to be relevant skill sets, go and invest doing those. If you're not sure yet, if you're so confused, simply develop new skills. And I promise you that you'll find some use to them, or at least you'll be able to develop something within yourself, the knowledge that you can and you are able to develop new skills. And I also could say that many times developing one skill set, even though it seems to be irrelevant for another skill set, will help you develop this other skill set as well. For example, so many people believe that when you are, for example, studying music, it helps you with math. And that's something that's counterintuitive for most people, but many people know that it is in fact true. Third thing you should probably do if you plan on skipping college or if you just graduated and you are confused is setting short-term goals. Okay, so many people are talking about long-term goals, and I am a huge believer in long-term goals. I believe they are so important. But when you are very confused, when you don't have clarity, when you're not sure what is it that you want to do with your life, setting long-term goals can be very, very intimidating. And setting short-term goals like 30-day goals, 90-day goals, even a weekly goal is something that not only will set the habit, and we're going to discuss habits very shortly, it's not only going to make you build the habit of setting goals and achieving them, it's also something that will make you motivated, will make you inspired, it will make you wake up in the morning full of energy to do what has to be done, to develop those skills, to deeply study, to deeply understand yourself better. As we discussed earlier, setting short-term goals is a huge, huge key. The last thing we're going to discuss today is building positive habits. So many people, or so many times I see 40-year-olds or 50-year-olds in the midst of their career complaining about the fact that they don't have time to work out, they don't have time to meditate, they don't have time to spend time with their family or with their friends because they did not have this habit. People who have the habit of working out will continue working out even though times are difficult and the career is challenging. People who have the habit of meditating will continue doing it. People who have the habit of reading books or spending time with the family or whatever will keep this habit in place. For example, when I just started out, I was working 7 days a week. And when I decided I'm not going to work on weekends, after a few years I did, of course, then in the beginning it was very difficult, but once this habit is set in place, now it's something that serves me hugely and helps me to build my life while I'm continuing to develop my business. Hey, it's Tzhayek. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, please press the thumbs up button, and you can also subscribe to the channel. Make sure you get notified each and every time a new video is uploaded. I'd like to hear your questions or your reviews in the comment section below, and I'll see you in one of those new videos.